see what you got. You got yours ones there.
Tell me why Cole looks like Evan's hair.
He does. He does have a shaggy hair.
I think his is longer. Oh, they're both like the same though.
They're both the same.
Who?
Yeah, Evan. He was the one at the party too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was the other tall guy.
What
is that?
Right,
yeah,
my
you see
hair
that
is
like two
freaking
giants meet each other.
Worlds collide.
Worlds like.
Can you pull yours?
You know what? I think we're gonna be friends.
Don't do that. Welcome back, everybody, to the Detox Podcast. We got me in the studio today. We got Gilbert over there.
Hello.
And we got Cole here in the middle.
What's cracking?
Yo. All right, today, first of all, we've been trying to get a lot of people more into this. We had, what was his name? Brendan? Last week.
Yeah, we had Brandon over.
Let us know what you guys think about Brendan. I thought he was pretty cool. We need to dive and pick his brain a little bit more. He's got a lot more stories to tell. I feel like there's a lot of dark stuff inside
There's
of him.
a lot of good, interesting stories there. I think like with you two.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
And then Cole, yes. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Cole. What do you think? Who are you? Where are you born? Social Security?
Basically, I'm just obviously I'm a dude, young dude from the Midwest. Grew up in Minnesota.
Reppin' Nakatsuki.
Yup,
Love it.
Of course. Grew up right on the St. Croix River on the border between Minnesota, Wisconsin. I had one brother, and I got mom, my dad.
That's what's up.
But just a real low key childhood. Didn't get out too much. Got a little bit, but we had what we needed right there. So
fuck yeah, man. Minnesota, born.
This man said
I spent pretty much the entire time in Minnesota, pretty much.
Wow.
Yup.
Dude, how'd you meet him?
We met in eighth grade. Oh my god, I was like studying. I almost forgot for a quick second. Yeah, it was definitely
sure?
8th grade. Art class?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Well, so soccer too, but mainly soccer, and then I think we hung out in art class.
We realized
soccer?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the huge link because we'd play. That's with Dan too. We'd all be in the soccer practice together.
I never saw this guy at practice or just when we went to go play.
Oh yeah.
No, he was on my soccer team for high school,
yeah.
like my actual team.
I was about to say, what the fuck?
We had that together, and then we had classes together, and fucking. We just started to hang out more and more, and it's just like we became good friends, like best friends. It's just like this is what it is.
Damn.
It's like my friend forever. You're stuck with me forever.
Yeah, we've been good friends ever since. For sure.
Hell yeah.
Good times, good stories.
A lot of parties.
Not a whole lot. We got a few parties. You brought me to the first house party I think it was Hedges when they're drinking out.
But you were there.
The mason jars.
I pulled up that picture actually. I want to know if this is the same one because there's a picture of all of us there. But it's like a foggy ass picture. I'm in my taco costume and shit.
Yeah.
And I don't know that if he was there in that one.
You have to be because Yannette showed up that night.
Yep. There's a lot of
was in the Tinkerbell.
Yeah.
The Tinkerbell outfit.
Oh yeah, I do remember. I must have drank too much. I don't remember that night.
I'll show you the picture because there's one on Facebook. I'll put it up here in a second. Boom, there it is. All right. Cool, man. And then after that, you guys continue to be friends. You guys never fought at all?
We got into an argument one time, I think.
We've had only really small shit.
Yeah,
really,
we've had like small differences, really, but nothing like too big where it's like
nothing I would say a real fight. I would never say a real fight ever.
Hell yeah.
We're supposed to do a boxing match actually.
Well, I'm scared because you can't handle it. You can't handle it.
Yeah, so like a while ago, almost like I think it was when like the spring. I just like randomly, I'm just like hey, I'm just gonna wrestle our friend Dan and Roman, and I was just like, well, I want to wrestle Cole, and Cole's like, well, I'll only do boxing, right? That's what you told me, and I'm just like, well, okay, I'll do it.
Yeah, I'll box.
And we were talking about gloves, and I said bare hands, and you wanted gloves.
Yeah.
Damn.
And we were supposed to do that this summer, and we still have it. And we've been super busy, though.
That's how I know you guys are friends, because you guys never, like, thrown hands at each other, you know what I mean?
We've been busy, though.
It'd be fun, but...
Damn.
We still have our boxing matches. Like, you know how all these YouTubers are doing it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be on that train.
Well, let me know. I'll show up to it. I'll support whoever.
The boxing match.
Whoever feeds me that day, I'll support who.
You're going to be the ring girl.
Oh, I definitely be a ring girl. Give me a little tight skirt. I'll ring you up on that shit.
You won't catch me as ring girl. Not happening. Not being a ring girl.
Hey, number 10.
Not for me. Maybe for you.
10th round. Whoop. Fuck yeah, man.
Nah, with a Speedo on and everything.
Yeah.
I'll be turning away anyway.
Like a Borat, like a full Borat shit.
Yeah. The hairy chest, rocking it all. Oh. Hate to see it. No,
I feel it. But in terms of like, how do you guys know you guys were like meant to be friends after a while? Was there like a bonding story that happened after? For a while, you're like, you're my best friend. Like,
I think your perspective might be different from mine. I remember our first bonding of like, oh yeah, this is gonna be forever.
I never really had like the thought of it. I was just kind of like slow and subtle. It's kind of like, yeah, we met and then we played soccer together, and then we had the art class together.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then after that, we're just like, shoot, I'm gonna talk to him. Like we're cool. And then Danny, we would just talk together. So
shit.
And that just kept going on. And I'm like, well, I don't mind talking to him. Like it's a good person to talk to. And
yeah,
so
but you guys never bonded
going.
over like you said soccer. You bonded over soccer, but there wasn't like a video game or like a
There
movie
was.
or like a
music. That's my perspective.
Oh, okay.
That was mine.
I want to hear.
He's the one that fueled my fucking FIFA. I mentioned it about Head-Eye, but
okay,
he
now I know what you're
really
talking about.
fueled it. Where I knew the long term, like this man, fucking just destroyed me when I came over. He's just like, you don't know nothing about this game, and I talked my shit. I was like, I'm definitely gonna beat him.
But he was backing up a smack though.
Yeah, he really did back up. I was just like, I was really just like, oh, I was mad at you. I would tackle him. I was just like, fucking Cole, like stop beating me, like, dude. At that moment, I knew, yeah, I have to like get so good to beat this kid.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a long-term friendship because I'm not gonna catch up to where he's at.
So he was pretty good at that time.
Yeah,
and
he fucking
like
picked Chelsea.
I was about to say, what was your team? Yeah, Chelsea.
Yeah, I always pick Chelsea. Chelsea was my main team.
I did Arsenal.
Arsenal was pretty good too. All the Premier League teams were good.
Yeah,
they're all good threats.
I like Premiers. For that one's for fun. Right. What'd you do? What was your team?
Barca.
Oh fuck yeah.
I would swap around Barca, Bayern.
Yeah.
Sometimes Real Madrid too.
Real Madrid, yeah. It's anything I could get. Just an advantage just to take him on.
Fuck.
I don't think it was until I was 18.
Yeah, I think I remember it was at someone else's place.
Callie's place. Yeah, that's when I was living with her. I first match, I think I chucked the. Do you remember that the first week? I chucked my controller at the.
No, this has got a huge anger problem.
I do too.
I chucked it at the drawer. I broke my controller and then proceeded to bend it back for it to work again. And I was just like, all right, we'll continue on. And then he came over the following week, and I fucking won. And dude, that was like my fucking biggest moment in life. You know when people win like the Nobel Peace Prize? Yeah. That was it for me.
Is this the same person that like where you were playing FIFA and you lost, but you kicked everybody out of the house, and then you came back the next time and then you beat them, and you still don't know if you actually won that game?
Yes. Oh, this is the story. Yes.
This is him?
Yeah, this is him. Where I don't know if he let me win or not. And I looked at Roman.
Did you actually let him win?
I was like, and then this dude fucking proceeds to be like, yeah. And I was just like, yo, you can't do that.
What, did he actually kick you out of the house?
I don't remember him kicking people out of the house, but I remember the throwing the controller. I think that was first game. It was maybe it felt right after. Maybe it was the game after, like you said, the day after. But shortly after, we played again, and I remember losing. It was a shitty.
Yes!
Like, of course, it didn't feel terrible because I was the FIFA king, but like.
Dude,
I fell off a notch, and I felt like the little hollow sting of a needle. I'm like,
so
shit.
Then you for sure lost. Like this was like an actual defeat. It wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna let you win.
Oh my fucking god!
So you earned it, man.
I mean, it was a long time ago, but I can't see a way where I like would not want to keep the streak. Like I don't think you'd ever beat me in FIFA. I'm like, well, shit. That something I could hold over him and shit. Like, hey, I could my black card. Like, hey, I beat you in FIFA every single fucking time, and now it's like
you got his respect.
Now, now he beat me.
Yeah,
it was so many years of getting my ass kicked, and it was just unbelievable. That it was just like
I played a lot of FIFA because I played FIFA since I think the FIFA I started with was FIFA 09 on the console, but I haven't played so many FIFAs before that.
Nah, dude, I was doing FIFA. Was it not the street one? Was it FIFA Street? What's the one that was on the GameCube where you're like doing the street ground FIFA?
Yeah, that sounds like FIFA Street. That sounds like FIFA Street.
I love that game so much. I feel like they need to do another thing on that. They tried doing it with Vault, I think 2019.
That was
kind of do like something like that. It was okay, but it's not FIFA Street. FIFA Street was my game though. That was my shit. No. Anyway, but I was playing FIFA since I was like about like the same time when I was a kid. But then like when I came over here, the only people that played FIFA was Hedda and you, and that's it.
Yeah.
But my man's got a huge anger problem though.
Yeah.
Like damn.
It's all right.
I think that's how you guys are actually related. Just a little bit more, like you said. Like you also have. Like,
I do have anger problems. Yeah.
You have a rage.
Yeah, I got like I'm probably not against him because he didn't lose, but against the other people that I'd play in the off time before without I'd lose to, because there's always a bigger fish. Yeah. And so the people I would lose to, man. Oh, it would ruin my day. And sometimes I was like you said, so addicted. I would wake up in the morning to play before school. I'm like, shoot, I don't need to sleep that much. I'll wake up and I'll play FIFA, and so I did. And then if I lose before school, I'd be like ruminating at school, like, oh, that
like
guy beat me.
Those division like 2 to 1 kids.
Yeah, and I'm like, shoot, I wanna go home. I want to play some more FIFA, and I want to find him. I want to beat him or beat other people. So like, hey, I'm getting back up on the.
So then what if I got FIFA? Like I pulled it out right now. Will we go? Or is it too not do it?
He wouldn't win because he only had that one win, and he wouldn't win again. I'm not gonna
fucking shots fired.
Have you played the newer FIFA?
I haven't played. I haven't either.
I haven't. They changed a lot, Cole.
No,
they've changed a lot.
Changed a lot, but I think we're in equal footing now.
No, I'm the FIFA master.
Oh, shit.
It's like, I think it's after that sting. I'm like, man, I can't let him. I don't know if he's me in a sense. Like,
not even him. Nobody's gonna touch it. You know,
that's just gonna fuel back my compassion to compete again. In FIFA.
I just have a nice TV. I just don't want to shut the controller in my TV.
I don't know. That might be my controller. Like I told him, I broke my FIFA 14.
Yeah,
I snapped it in half after like a bullshit loss.
Right desk, I'm like,
It was a bullshit loss against my cousin, and I was like, that's not cool. Like, I pulled the game out, snapped it, and it's a PS4, so it was like hard to bend.
Yeah.
So I had to like bend it back and forth for it to finally snap, and I was just like, he's like, why would you do that? I'm like, I bought the game. I can do what I want with it. Threw it away. He's like, okay. I'm like, no more FIFA in this house.
There's the entertainment, though. It's gone.
Yeah, I was just like, yeah. I think I went to go buy like FIFA 15 afterwards or 16.
Shit.
But
Smash Bros. Though.
Yeah,
I play a little bit of Smash Bros. Yeah,
I stopped trying because I'm just garbage at Smash Bro.
Oh, okay. I'm not like professional, but I can hold my own a little bit. I can play a little bit, but I can't hang with the pros.
I can't hang with anybody. I'm like the worst of the worst, man. You guys will definitely kill me, but I love to play against people, man. I like that. I like that challenge aspect. And like everyone else being super casual, like, oh yeah, we're like, well, I'm not that good. Like, dude, you just fucking kicked my ass in like 2 seconds. Like, what the fuck?
Would you say video games is a big part of your life then?
Huge part of it.
Is it like part of like your upgrowing, like your personality?
Yeah. Huge, because that's what I spent all the time. Like I didn't have it was a super small town where I grew up in that Midwestern area, so there's not a lot of kids around, and some of the kids I didn't like the kids that were around. So I'm like, shoot, I'll play some video games. Yeah, I played a lot of video games growing up.
What are your favorite ones?
Favorite one? Oh man, I like you said the FIFA Street. I just like the other versions. So they had NFL Street and NBA Street. Yeah. Okay. Man, those were my games.
Even like Trey's like,
like you said, like they didn't make anymore, and they're older games, but
absolutely.
Yeah. Other than that,
so all the sports then. Like,
and like also I think like the backyard sports games, like all the backyard baseball, and they have like the.
So you're more sports oriented gamer than anything.
Yeah, when I think about it, that's what I definitely started off as, and as I like grew older and like junior high, I got into like the shooter area, of course, with like COD and Halo and stuff.
You played Pokemon and stuff, right?
Oh, a little bit of the car trips. You know, you got the SP, the little when you're in the back seat.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to I did want to play, but like instead, like out the window, I can play my little video game, and it was fun.
Yeah,
played hella Pokemon.
You'd say you're a true gamer then. Do you feel like you consider yourself a true gamer?
Yeah, I would call myself a gamer. I don't know like the wording of like true gamer and all that,
but he definitely games. Like that's
I game.
That's my shit too, man. As a kid, that's what I used to do. I just play fucking as we were driving to go like to other soccer matches with my dad. Yeah, I just bust out Pokemon Emerald. I grew up with that shit. That was my fucking thing, man. All the time.
Emerald was a great game.
Fucking all the Pokemon shit, man.
Which is the one Pokemon that is the one with the mask, the legendary Pokemon.
The older
one. Lightning Bolt one.
What, Marowak? Cubone?
I don't remember the name.
With the bone mask?
Yeah,
it's Cubone.
It was like metal.
It was metal.
Yeah, but it's the lightning one. It's not the little guy.
Never mind.
Not the little bone guy.
The bone guy is what I'm thinking of.
Is it a recent one?
He's a legendary Pokemon. It's like first 3.
Oh, it's probably Entei or Raikou or that's Pokemon.
I think Raikou is.
One of the dog ones.
Yeah, the dog. Yeah.
The dog.
Yeah, that's my favorite Pokemon game, by the way. It's Pokemon Crystal. That's my shit.
Because there's like the blue dog.
Yeah, that's
and then the
Suicune.
Bird.
Yeah.
You know the name?
Yeah, Suicune.
Yeah.
Is the dog?
Yes.
Little tiger. Little tiger.
Well,
they had the game of it.
There's 3 legendary dogs. There's Suicune, Raikou, and Entei.
Yep. And that one with the blue one, that's the crystal, which is
Entei's the one that could telepath with the kid, right?
In Pokemon the third movie, which is my favorite one as well.
The movie, I was just gonna say, I remember Entei from the movie, and it's like a great movie.
I had that
princess in a castle.
Yep, I love that movie. Is my favorite, man. I still watch it to this day. It's fucking good.
I'm pretty sure I cried when I was younger too.
Honestly, it's good. It's still good.
I think there was a storyline involving Entei, and it was like super emotional. I'm like,
it was really fucking good. But shit, man, this is crazy, man.
Did you cry for the first movie?
First what?
That first movie with Mewtwo.
That first movie never hit.
Dude,
Yeah.
I cried.
Yeah.
I cried about Ash.
Yeah,
when
but
Ash died.
Yeah.
And then there's Pikachu right there.
yeah, Pikachu. Yeah,
Trying to push him
Yeah.
to wake up, dude.
those tears.
I cried at the remake.
Yeah.
The remake, yeah, because they came out with the new one. But for me, I like I grew up after that, or I started watching Pokemon religiously, like when Pokemon 2000 came out. I went to the theaters with that one like 4 fucking times. I got the Mew cards and everything. They were handing out special Mew cards. They're worth like shit ton right now.
Are they really because of the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a limited edition.
Limited, man. Limited run. They're not worth. I mean, like they have like terrible stats, but it's worth a lot,
Right?
For its rarity, you know.
Yeah.
But Pokemon, the third movie, I think that crushes it for sure. Out of all of them, fucking crazy shit, man. So video games, man.
Yeah.
Do you feel like video games now? Is it like, are you just playing it for fun and enjoyment,
or
are you
time,
to pass the time, or is it still like you're just trying to get into it like heavy competitive and like be the best on top of everybody?
I definitely feel like it's more past the time.
Yeah.
Like I can try and get into competitive, but it's,
Yeah.
I feel like I don't have as much as a competitive as me as when I was younger. But and most of the time it feels like I'm trying to cling on to something most of the time. Like I'm playing old games when I was younger, and I'm like, I shouldn't be playing this right now. Like I don't. Like I'm just playing it to pass time, and like shoot, I don't know what else. I should be doing something else right now, but I'm gonna play the video game instead.
Did you ever live with your mom, or are you living with your dad
right now?
Just when you were younger.
When I was younger, I was living with my mom and my dad, and then it changed to just my mom, and then it alternated.
Damn. So your parents got divorced.
Mm-hmm.
Mine as well, at a very young age, around 8.
Yeah, very young for me too. Yeah. So like I think the second or third grade was like around the time that it happened, so it's like close to 8. I think.
Do you think that affected you?
Yeah, I think it did.
Yeah. Did anything really happen before then, where you were just like, things aren't normal anymore? Mom's not cooking food anymore.
No, it was like when I think back to the moment, 'cause I can kind of remember a little bit. Like it was just like a snap or like a blink of an eye. All of a sudden, they were just like, "Hey, yeah, so Cole, like, which parent would you want to live with?"
Oh yeah,
and just dropped the heavy question right into
like when I think about it now, and I think back, I'm like, I don't really remember the progression of them like saying, "Hey, like things aren't." They didn't. If they had problems, they definitely didn't communicate that to me or my brother.
Damn.
And I was there like, "All right, yeah, who do you want to live with?" And I'm like, well, my mom was a little bit nice, a little bit softer, the caretaker. I'm like, shoot, I'm gonna go with my mom. But yeah, they kind of drop it on me, and all of a sudden,
not intentionally throwing shit at your dad, but your dad's like, I see how it
is. Yeah, and like I think my brother like picked my mom too, and I feel like he kind of like felt that way, like, oh, mom's probably nice to the kids, and they're gonna of course want their mom, whatever, and they're both guys may want to be with their mom, but yeah.
Damn, but like with your brother, did that affect him at all as well? Like moving forward, like
I honestly didn't communicate much with her, and we didn't like talk much about that kind of shit. Like we were like feelings like it wasn't like our family wasn't even super close from the beginning, even though like it felt okay. It's not like we're like super friendly with each other. It's like we're just kind of all there. But after that I don't really know how it affected him, but I feel like we both changed, and like we just like with that heavy drop on, it's like, hey, what parent you want to live with? We're divorced now, and like kind of just like going through that changed probably both of us.
No, that shit's it's the weirdest thing, because you're a kid, you don't know how to handle that shit. Like you don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like that blink and like just like a snap of an eye. I'm like, wait, what? Like I have to pick which parent I'm living with.
I thought we were gonna go play soccer.
Yeah, or something like that. So yeah, it's like it's strange, especially for a kid. Yeah.
Shit. What did your parents do when they were gonna break up?
Well, I was super young. I was already like 5 years old, so I don't recall it too much. Damn. I just knew that my parents were together, and then they weren't anymore. And then my sister's dad came along, and then he disappeared. He was gone forever. And then Miguel
Leslie has a different dad.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. But do you recall like your parents ever fighting? Like, did you always like come home and just like you were just like clouded, almost like zoned in, where you're just like, my life is still fine? But then, like, they're just fighting in the background. You're not even paying attention because you're playing video games.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe the video games played a part where I zoned down the video games, and like I didn't notice it. From what I think about it, like it really was just like a slap. Like I didn't like they were must have been really good at hiding whatever problems they were having, or like in like that like kind of keep quiet attitude, and then on the side when the kids are out playing or out in their sports, like whatever, and they're like, okay, that's when we let it out.
They're probably being really conscious then, like around you guys, where like let's not argue and actually have like an actual fight, because then it could be interpreted terribly for sure for the kids.
Well, I know my parents would always fight behind doors. Like you could just hear them.
Oh, you would just slam the. They would go in the room.
Yeah, they would go in the room and you could just hear them.
They'd be like yelling.
My parents did the same shit.
Yeah. Like
would you hear like things being thrown, or was it just verbal?
No, it was just verbal.
Just verbal.
I think because I already had the intention of like, oh, something happens. Like I've already threatened to go when I was like super young with a bat.
Yeah,
because he was making my mom cry. He was like trying to talk to her through a window, and I was like threatening him with the bat. I was like fucking like 7 years old, Jesus. Like 6 or 7.
Yeah, that's
like
crazy.
Don't talk to my mom no more. I got this bat. Leave her alone. And he's just like, all right. I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought.
That's fucked up. They have to have a 7-year-old equip a bat for defense. That's messed up.
I mean, if you know Miguel, he's definitely not gonna go like into that. But like, fuck.
I had a perfect sight to his head. That's the thing. What? It's just like if he tried to come through the window, it's just like easily right to his head. I could smash him easily.
Dude, did you have like
I still am a thug.
Was that like a like off the cuff reaction to get that, or was that like slowly built up and then like, all right, I've had enough of this. I'm gonna get the bat.
I grabbed it.
So it's like just
my mom was because my reaction. Sorry, my reaction was, oh, like my mom's crying. He's making her upset. Solve the problem already. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Was this a bathroom window? Is that what you're trying to say?
So this is where I used to stay down in the basement in the grandma's.
So there was a window that's pretty level to the floor on the first floor.
Where it's like he's only 5'9".
Yeah.
So if his head could like fit through that window gap, so it's pretty like
Damn, you just go smack.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I was gonna pipe in. That's hella balls. That 7 years old, guns blazing with a bat. Like, come get some. This little 7-year-old's gonna get you.
Like we'll go back to that, but like real quick to like a side story. It's just like I was so fearless where I still, I guess, am, but it's kind of like slowly going away. But it was like there was a tornado that was supposed to hit Minnesota.
Yeah.
My dad for Christmas got me like a Wolverine kit, so I put on the Wolverine mask. I had a little Nerf gun. Strapped it around, told everybody to get it like in the house and be safe. I'll take care of the tornado. Yeah. So I'm like, I'll take care of it. Yeah, I like chinned up, like I got this.
Bulletproof vest.
Tornado is done.
We all know that one Wolverine mask is gonna stop the tornado.
The claws too.
That's the ultimate tornado defense. Yeah. I got you.
Yeah,
face up. Like, face up tornado.
Believe that shit.
Everybody's looking at him like,
yeah. Just to realize they're gonna get sucked up and fly.
Let him follow his dreams. Let him believe.
Yeah, shooting the Nerf guns at the tornado. I'll land somewhere safe.
Yeah. No, I remember my parents were breaking up. They were going through this whole thing. Going back to that, my dad actually. I remember the night that they broke up. It was fucked up. Like thinking about it now, as a kid, it was just like. As a kid, I was just like, I don't know what's going on. You did some shit, but whatever. But basically, they're arguing, like behind closed doors. Yeah. And apparently, my dad had slapped my mom or some shit. And my mom comes out crying. And my dad comes over, and mom was like, I'm leaving you guys. I just can't. I'm taking the kids. I'm fucking leaving. And my dad's like, you're overreacting. I didn't do anything to you. And I heard the slap. Yeah. It was really,
like through like a closed door.
Yeah. You could hear that shit, and and my mom's face is. I mean,
you see the face.
You can see the hand mark.
If you see a mark, then
exactly. Exactly, like right there. And my dad comes up to me, he's just like, "Tell me if this hurts." And then he slapped me the same way that he slapped her. But I'm trying to be a man though, and I'm like, "No, Dad, it didn't hurt."
As he's dropping,
she's just being a bitch. No, but it fucking hurt. Like it hurt so bad. But it wasn't so much the slap; it was just the implication that he attacked her. And I started putting everything together. And I was a young kid. I was like 8. Yeah. And that shit was going on. And I'm like, fuck. And then after that, that's when we moved out. And then that's where I went over to grandma's house, and my mom moved there because she met Ed through the company that they were working with. And
they met beforehand.
Yeah, through the
because I slept over his house when his parents were still together.
Wait, really?
You don't recall that? Me, Jasmine.
Yeah, if he was 8, you must have been damn young.
To my dad's house?
Yep, you guys were living in an apartment at the time.
Yeah, how the fuck?
And this is because weird. Your mom knew Ed, or like they worked together already, so they were friends. But I think your parents at that point were in the midst of almost leaving each other. Yeah, they were. So she was already with my Theo, slowly starting to become a thing. Yeah, and then slowly leaving your dad, and it was, if I recall it. Like, for some reason, we met you guys, and they're like, you wanted to sleep over? And we're like, sure. So me, Jasmine, and Crystal went. And it was you and Yannette. And eventually, I think Jasmine is like, I don't want to sleep over anymore, and I'm just like, I don't either. I'm like, let's all go home. Because I think you guys only had the 2 beds in one room.
Yeah, we had a bunk bed. Yeah, we had bunk beds straight up.
And so it was hard to like sleep everybody in this one bed, and it's like we could.
How many people did you have? Multiple people in a bunk bed?
Yeah.
Well, we probably had 2. I was probably sharing one with him.
Like 2, and like to the bunk beds, you had 2 in one bunk bed.
Yeah, there's probably like 3 in one bed, and then 2 in one.
Jesus Christ, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Damn it, because there was one time where people were coming over when they were about to break up, and they had gone into a fight, but they went into a room, and I thought that they were like, I forgot what happened, but I wanted to go ask my parents something, and they locked themselves in this room, or I thought they did. But in any case, my dad's trying to put like moves on my mom to like try to like, what's it called? Not romance her. What's it called? Like sexually assault my mom or whatever. Oh, and I didn't know what was going on, so I opened the room, and he's on top of her, and she's just like not having it. And as soon as he saw me, I just closed the door, and I'm like, that was fucking weird. And that's the things I'm talking about in therapy right now. Of like what makes me me. And I'm currently going through therapy for all that shit because I'm a fucked up person. Yeah. You know, I got a fucked up sense of humor and all that shit. But shit, like those are the things I'm talking about. Deep Talks podcast. Yeah. Shit that made you who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, your parents never fought around you, but like look who you turn out to be. You turn out to be a decently human being.
Mm-hmm. And like after now that I'm grown up, there was a little bit of an issue where like I had to choose like. Basically, like with my brother, we didn't get along too well, especially at my dad's place because we didn't. There wasn't like maybe enough supervision. My brother was like, "All right, it's just more me and him. I can do whatever the heck I want." He's a bigger kid than me, and that was a lot. I'm not as tall. I was kind of tall still, but I was like super lanky and skinny.
Right.
But basically, I was like, I'm like it got to the point where like I was like scared of going over to my dad's place, and like my mom was like, "Oh, thank gosh, I made it." And I would alternate because with the way that was like the treatment I get from my brother at my dad's place, I would just like I want to get out. And so basically later on in the years, I had to approach my parents and be like, "Hey, like I really just want to live with my mom now because like my dad, that like nothing against my dad personally, but like it was just that, like at that place, it wasn't
absolutely
it wasn't working for me at all."
And just because with your brother,
and I was like the treatment, I was like, it was super uncomfortable for me as a kid, and like I eventually got to Gus's brother. Like that's like when I did see my parents fighting because like I think my dad did take it personally and like probably like, hey, my kid doesn't want to stay in my place, and he took offense to it. But
of course,
And then, but I was gonna say like I did see my parents fighting a little bit, not like anything like hitting or anything, but like that was the first time I saw them like verbally like they were going at each other, and it ended with one of them telling the other one to go to hell.
Recently?
So not recently, but like not like way back, maybe like 5 years ago. Like
what were they talking about? Like what had that conversation?
Well, something about me after like I really confirmed to them like, hey, I don't want to be spending time at my dad's place anymore. Something I don't really remember, but they were
that set him off.
And it was like a little bit intense.
After high school?
No, it was maybe the beginning of high school or like at the end of junior high.
Right.
Definitely over by the end of high school. It was a while back.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Shit.
And
then one of them told one of them to go to hell, and I'll still remember that. And I'm like,
why would you say that to my mom?
Or like, that's like that, like, so like that was truly when my like image of them being like innocent, and, like, all right, they're offended, like that got shattered. I'm like, oh.
And then what's crazy when you finally figure out that your parents obviously are not perfect, because we were talking about this, like your parents, you looked up to them as like heroes, as someone that you respected, someone that you loved, that you could never imagine them being anything more than the best people available. But then you start to like peel back the layers as you start growing up, and you're like, oh no, we're all flawed human beings.
Yeah.
Like every one of us.
I remember having that thought too, or thinking like, hey, like my parents are just parents, even though I'm a kid.
Yeah.
Like they're just a little bit older than me.
Yeah.
And I feel like I don't know if I had that thought a little bit too early, where it's like I don't like I'm just like a kid now. Like I could be a parent. I'm just not at that age.
Did your parents have you at a young age?
No, I think an older age usually. I think my parents are like in their like late 50s, almost 60s now.
What?
Yeah.
So they probably had you when they were like 30s. Like, or
at least, because then like my brother's a couple years older than me, and he was before me, but that's the only kids they had.
Damn. So they probably had, like, that's what I'm saying, like
he was late too, so we were both like you said, like they weren't 20 or something, they were like late 20s, early 30s when they had us.
Right. Well, for me, I always thought like since my mom had me when she was like 16 or some shit like that, you know, it's kind of like strange that like kids that want to like not get pregnant, but like they only see one outlet as like, I just want to have a kid at a very young age. It's just like you've just destroyed your entire childhood or even adulthood of transitioning to a human being, a person. And then that's when like things could have problems, like with obviously the male partner, the female partner, whatever. But just being pregnant at a very young age, like just robs you of all of this knowledge and youth that you should experience. But I'm surprised that with your parents, I assume because they were older, they would be more stable. But it's not with that like that at all. Everyone's kind of in different places.
Yeah, it almost feels like it can be like the extreme of a different coin where it's like, hey, it's if you go too early, then it's like, oh shoot, you. Like you said, like you don't have you don't think about, a lot of people don't think about the weight of that choice and how the repercussions, and you won't realize until 9 months later it pops out. You see what you got to work with. Shit. But and otherwise, and on the other side with the extreme, where if you go sometime maybe too late, and like my mom, it's not extremely late, but it is a little bit late. But even if you get too late, maybe they think, oh, like I'm already too old, and it's like and they're like clinging to something. And I haven't really asked them about like the whole reason that like they had us and all that, but who knows? Maybe it was like because it can be popular, like, hey, I'm gonna have this kid, and that's gonna, hey, or that too. Or like, hey, the kid will bring us together because, hey, who doesn't love a baby?
Yeah, of course.
And then the baby comes out, and it doesn't bring them together, and they're like, well,
shit,
it didn't work. So if the baby doesn't work,
you should ask your mom.
I should ask her. I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but I do not have the guts to ask my parents about like all that deep stuff and like, hey,
might as well. Because have you ever asked them if the cause of reason of like what for the divorce? What was the reason for it? No, not
really. I still
like, is it that they just fell out of love, or is it
makes sense that like they just weren't clicking anymore? You know.
Well, that was the thing. Where is it like? Is it somebody's cheating? Is it somebody's falling out of love?
Oh yes, of course,
yeah.
Like
it could be a number of things, but I mean, it's up to you.
Yeah, at this point, it's almost like I don't even want to dig because at this point, it's like, do I want to know?
Just call her.
That's true. Yeah.
Like, do I really want to know? And
like, call her.
Pick up old past.
Let's ask her right now on the air.
Yeah, and like
no,
give her a phone call. Let's ask her these questions.
Are you on the drugs, Cole? Fucking crazy. No, but what was I gonna say? We're almost approaching our time, but I was gonna say I want to talk about are there scary stories since it is Halloween. I want you to tell me a scary story.
Yes, I do.
Please.
I have a scary story.
Please.
So I don't know if you guys have heard of like shadow people.
Yeah,
I have.
We talk
fill
about
us in.
it.
So you probably know what's coming up. I like this story.
I think so, but fill us in.
Okay, so a shadow person, basically, this is like, it's like a ghost story, like you said, Halloween. And so a shadow person, basically, you'll see in like the peripheral of your vision, or like somewhere like on the edge, or maybe like after you're waking up, it's like just a black silhouette. So like imagine someone's shadow, but like there's no person there. You just see like the shadow on the wall. Okay. That's why it's called like a shadow or shadow people.
Okay.
Well, makes basically, sense. So there was one house, and I don't know if it was like, but it was the first house I was at my mom's. Like I went to with my mom after they split up, and it was a split level house. So you get in, and like the kitchen was right there, the fridge, and then I had a basement and an upstairs right away.
Okay. Yeah.
And so the basement was like kind of like extra room and space for all that fun stuff, and upstairs was the bedrooms. Was
it actually done like it looked nice, or was it still like how do I say this, being worked on? Like I don't know if you've been at grandma's house, but like
it was nice. It's all done, all constructed, all nice and done.
So the basement was like nice and finished.
Nice finished. It was not like there's no whatever you call it showing. It's all nice and carpeted.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Everything and all the walls are. It's not like stone products, completely constructed. And
perfect. Okay.
Even though the basement, was still done, it gave me the creeps.
Yeah.
And like I still did that thing where you turn off the light switch and you run up. I did that, and like I do, yeah. And like it's like I when people say it, I know exactly what feeling it is because I remember it. But
your basement's scary.
Yeah, but so I was at the upstairs room in for the rooms that were upstairs in my bedroom, and I was like maybe like 11 or whatever years old, and I was just chilling in my room, my bed. And for whatever reason, I had like a little bed in my closet, a weird kid that I can get at a different time maybe. But so I was on the chilling in this like bed closet I had. Right.
You were alone?
And I was alone, yep. And it was like maybe midday, I think. I don't remember the call time because I didn't have like I don't remember the window, but it was maybe
the
like...
SpongeBob watch or whatever?
Yeah, it was maybe like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. And like I stand up and I wasn't facing the door window. And I look at like the door into my room.
Right.
And as I'm turning, I see out of the very sliver of my eye like a shadow.
Right.
And like the best way I can know about this is because like even as a little kid, so I was maybe like 10 years old.
Right.
What am I gonna know about ghosts? And I was like, well, shit, that still felt weird. Like I thought I saw something out of the like a black shadow, just like a part of it, almost like when you see someone's running, like their one leg and like their part of their arm and their back.
Yeah. So you were in the closet, right?
Like I was like in the middle of the room at this point. Like I stepped out of the closet, and as I was turning to look at the door, when I saw it. Like so it's almost like I saw like it running away, and I saw the last, because it went past because I was inside the room and I was looking at the hallway, and so like where the door frame cut off, that's where I saw the edge of the shadow.
Was there a window behind you?
I think so.
And you said it was around midday, right?
I think so.
It could have been your shadow because depending on how the light was hitting that window and the way you were getting out, it probably followed you like this because your eye peripheral and your like this hand, like this. You know, like if this is your shadow and you turn like this, it's still gonna follow you concisely, possibly.
Like, the one defense I have is I like in that exact moment because like, and I didn't do much to move my arms. I literally was like turning just my body and my head.
Oh, just
like
this,
like in spot. Like I wasn't walking. Like I literally was, or maybe I took like maybe one step and it was a pivot. Right. But that's it. And then right after, I was so like moved by it, even as a kid. I'm like, I returned myself. I'm like, can I do that again?
Oh, you did a test.
I did a test in spot, like right then and there. I'm like, how do I get to see what I just saw in that little bit of my peripheral?
This is wild.
I could not recreate it. It still like sticks with me this day.
Has that happened again? Like other shadow things in that house?
I had not in that house, but in a different house recently. Kind of recently, I saw what I think is maybe another.
At the apartment?
No, not the apartment. At more like my mom was right
place? Now. Okay.
And she got after we moved down. We moved to Wisconsin, and it's basically like a townhome now, and like where it's got like shared to other people. And I was just chilling in it. I have like a room upstairs, and it's kind of separate from all of them. I was just chilling in my bed, and it has one of those ceiling windows. Yeah. Like so, like it's
like a skylight.
Kind of like a skylight, yeah. Where it's like you can see to the sky from my room, and like where I'm at in my bed.
It's a cool view.
And I was just laying in my bed, maybe watching YouTube or headphones or something, and then. And I look up, and it's almost like in that where like the window is, or like on the walls that like kind of where it indents. Yeah, there was like a black spider or a bat, and I look up, or like the shadow person, but not like that, kind of like clean to that. And all of a sudden it like dips out, and I'm like, what? Well, what? And it was kind of midday. I'm like, well, was that like a plane shadow? And I'm like, no, like it looked way too big, and like of course I wasn't able to recreate it again, but
but you would say like it stayed there for a second and then it left, right?
Or like as soon as like I panned my, it's like because it was like I was maybe watching a YouTube video and I panned my head up, same thing where I saw it and all of a sudden just like I saw the peripheral.
Oh my god!
This whole time it's just been like an evil squirrel, just keeping an eye on him.
Yeah,
the one albino squirrel that's looking.
Yeah, so those are my Those are my two stories I have are creepy shit.
What the fuck?
Oh, and also I didn't tell him, but there's the that time I went to the graveyard and I have like the little video clips and I was able to hear basically like I went to not really good like an unrelated graveyard close to that house I just talked about with the skylight, and I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna go to a graveyard at midnight, and I did. And so I did, and all of a sudden I'm just chilling there, and like I was, you know, a little feeling. I was there, and
did you start to get chills?
Maybe I did get a little bit of chills, but it's like I'm like super sensitive, where sometimes I'm just like, shit, it just feels weird in this area. But like, and then tell me why. I was like in this area in the graveyard, and I sit next down to this grave, and I go on like a little like I'm just talking to myself, kind of, but also to the graveyard, and then all of a sudden a vibration goes off.
In your phone or like
no, not my phone. It sounds like a phone, but in the ground.
What the?
And it's all go off like beep.
Oh, so it made a sound.
A sound over, and I got it on my phone. Where if I find it, but I still have it like on my phone, and I listened to that, and then. But after that, I went back a different day, like midday, and I couldn't hear it.
You didn't think someone might have been buried with their phone or some shit?
Maybe. That one's always, it's weird. And like I swear there's been times where like I went to it and like the beep was different.
What?
Like where like the duration and like the like it would like instead of beep.
If we went today, it could be a chance that we could hear it and it would be a totally different thing.
Maybe, and we may not even hear it if we went right now tonight, and it's way over there. And there was one time when a different, because I'd go there a couple times, so I was so interested by this experience. Right. And there was one time when like beep, and then like beep, or like the vibration would change in the noise.
What the fuck?
And I swear, because like sometimes I'll like just personally, I do read the Bible, and I'm like kind of religious, not a little bit, but like there was one time I was reading it at night at home, and I swore I heard the same vibration that I heard in the graveyard in my room. Oh yeah, that's what I like. It scared me. I'm usually really good with that stuff, of course, going to the graveyard at night. But I was like, that scared me, and so like I said a little thing like, hey, if there's something here with me, like falling in my room, like
dear Lord,
please leave. Like I'm not against you, but like I'm not comfortable with you being here. And I swear, shortly after that, like it went away.
Wait, so then this beep though, couple of things that could probably relate to it, right? Like your phone. Your phone
was not my phone because like even if it was my phone, it would come from my pocket. I could distinctly tell that it was coming
from your back pocket, from your side.
It was in front of me in the grave because I was very close to this one, the grave I was looking at.
Oh my god! And do you think this? It sounded like a pacemaker, not a pacemaker kind of shit, or what kind of sound? Like it was just like a beep sound, but
like kind of like a text message from a phone that. Zzz,
oh my god!
Zzz, and sometimes like that picture would go like, zzz, and I'm like I'd maybe was like had a drink or two before, but I still feel like I could tell the difference. I was a different beep sometimes.
Jesus. Do you think someone could have been buried with their shit?
Maybe, but then like I timed it, and there was one time where I was there, and the intervals were regular, like on the minute, every minute it would go off.
Yeah, but then you have to think that phone has to die eventually too.
Yeah, but the strangest thing is that he heard it at his house.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, I thought I did. I may have been tripping, of course, because I smoked weed and I drink sometimes, but like,
to paranoia.
Definitely have somebody watching over you.
Yeah,
maybe.
Shit, this is wild. Gilbert told me his stuff that like he had not incidences of like probably like shadow people, kind of like what you were saying. But
I had little boy ghosts that we talked about.
Stories. Like, there's some with the car door handle one.
Yeah. If people want to listen to that, that's episode 2.
Oh, you already told
episode 2. Yep,
that's the one. That's
episode 2 for the ghost stories, like towards the end.
Yeah, we were talking about ghost stories in that one, but today is almost appropriate to we tell ghost stories for sure.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else happen?
For me, or were you gonna close it up? You said the time ran. I don't know.
No, time was about to run out, but we got time for a couple ghost stories.
Ghost.
Yeah, I don't mind. You should go with yours.
I was gonna say I don't, because they could already hear it in another podcast. I don't want to repeat myself again.
You didn't have anything else?
No, I have a question though. If you had, what would be like the certain amount of money for you to be happy?
Oh yeah.
I asked him this.
That's a good question.
Like how many? I forgot. You said like 45 million.
45 million. Yeah.
What would be the amount for you to be
and I like to be that noble guy where money is and everything, but then nowadays I feel like there's like maybe not happy in the sense of like ideal happy, everything's perfect, but like you're comfortable and like and you're ready to approach everything
comfortable,
and we're talking like one lump sum.
Yep.
And this is for how long? Just like average age expectancy, like I'm gonna live to like 70.
You live to whatever goal you want, because I said 45 million so that I could like start pursuing more projects and start getting obviously a better house, a studio, shit like that, so I can fuel my projects, go across the state, shit like that. So long-term plans, right? Yourself.
My number would like I would say in the millions, but like that like low millions, like somewhere in the range of like 1 to a couple million, and like I would live, and I would just be for everything. Like I would get maybe not as small as apartment, and maybe you get a little more nicer apartment, but I don't need a whole lot, and so I just live in a small apartment. Like maybe do my food, and like I'm not that ambitious. I'm just I'm smoking. I chill out exactly, relax, and so I want enough money, and that's why $1 million, because like even though I don't have much money, I know stuff's crazy expensive out there nowadays. And so for a safe number, I would put in the millions. I hope I'm not being too greedy doing that.
No, would you feel all that money into your passion? Because that's what he said he would do. So like all that money was to fuel his passions. Would you do the same thing?
I think I would, because I think my passion, if I did have one, like the chill passion, would just be explore and like go out, maybe make some art and travel and like and just and sightsee. And so I feel yes, I'd put most of my money into going out and sightseeing and doing experiences like that. I'd be like kind of doing that. So I think you're right. I would put into my passion.
I like that. I like that answer.
What would you do?
Me? Same price. Same price I said last time. I said actually 100,000.
Yeah,
100,000.
100,000. I would be super satisfied with 100,000, because I could definitely flip the money and make profit off of it. And it's just like you're not to the point of so wealthy that you don't know what to do with your money,
right?
Because then you get bored.
Yeah.
And but then it's like it keeps you on your toes a little bit. You're like, I gotta save, I gotta still do this, I want to do that, but it keeps you, exactly. It keeps you humble.
Keeps you humble. That's a good way to put it.
That's really it.
I'm just a lazy piece of shit now.
Exactly. I am too.
No, for sure.
It is what it is.
That's why I said 45 million, because I don't want to work a day in my life anymore. I'm done.
So
I'm trying to build.
I'll come and borrow some from you guys for sure. You guys got change.
No, for sure.
I think that'd be included.
Oh, that's what I was gonna talk about. Squid Games. Have you guys seen it yet?
I've seen bits episodes of it, not a whole lot.
Not like the fish.
We can't talk about
it. Well, there's a philosophy at the end of Squid Games, but I'll say that for another day until we're all caught up. Until the people here. Everyone else though, like, get caught up.
I'll try and
finish that.
We're coming up on the second month now, and I want to talk about that shit. And there's a lot of philosophical questions about money that happens at the end. We'll get delve into. And in any case, guys, that is our show. Thank you for coming over tonight.
I had fun. Thank you for having me.
Fuck yeah. Do you have anything you want to plug besides the socials that we'll put in the description? But
that's my only social.
You got a gamer tag for FIFA?
I have like my username for PC stuff is like Cole Obito, so that's about it.
That's all for PCs, for anybody that wants to play for PCs.
Yeah.
And then, thank you for listening to VVR.
Yeah.
Play it when you're taking a shower.
Yeah.
Literally taking a dump.
Yep.
Or when you're going to sleep. Just play it. Enjoy it.
Enjoy it. Have some fun. Thank you guys for watching. We'll have Trey on next week. We'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm glad you came along, partner.